This next topic, efficient follow-up, is probably the most important segment in this training for your business success. If you get this wrong, you will either get no sales or you will waste an enormous amount of time getting sales that you could have got much easier. Efficient follow-up is very important, and I want to give you a couple of quick tips on how to make your follow-up more efficient. Number one, when you meet with a business owner in the field and you meet with them face-to-face and they show an interest in providing you with a credit card processing statement, you want those individuals to go on your prospecting list, and you want to come back every single day until they give you a processing statement, unless it doesn't make sense to come back each day. If they say, well, he's only here on Fridays, obviously you come back on Friday. However, as a general rule, you want to keep pushing forward with that until you get the processing statement. Now, the reason I say that is because our industry is very competitive. Prospects do not come easily. You're not going to just fall upon hundreds and hundreds of prospects. So when you get 8 or 9 people that say, yeah, I'll give you a chance, let me get a processing statement, I'll bring it back in. Let me tell you something, they're going to forget. And then the next day, they're going to forget. And then the next day, they're going to forget again. And guess what happens the next day? They forget. It's not uncommon to go back to a business 5 to 10 times before the business owner actually gives you a processing statement. Now, there's a couple ways you can handle that. You can get frustrated, and you can blow up, and you can say things like, are you really going to give me the processing statement because I feel like I'm wasting my time here? Now, if you do things like that, you're not going to succeed in this industry because, first of all, it's not professional, and secondly, they really are forgetting. Many times, business owners simply forget about it. Sometimes they are blowing you off, but even if they are, the trick is to make them feel a little bit more guilty each day that they're not providing you with a statement because you're so professional and because you're so prompt and because you're handling yourself with the kind of decorum that they would expect to see. Now, let me give you a couple other tips on that. When you're following up, here's what you want to do. Once you've spoken with the business owner face-to-face, set a time when you're going to follow up to get the statement. If they say, sure, I'll give you a statement. Okay. Are you going to be in here on Thursday? They say, yeah, I'll be here Thursday. How does 3 o'clock on Thursday sound? Now, let me tell you what they're going to say. Normally, they'll say, yeah, that's fine. I'll be here all day. Okay? Small business owners, they don't really work on a specific appointment schedule many times. So they're going to say, yeah, I'll be here all afternoon, or I'll be here all day. You respond with, great. I'll be here right at 3 o'clock on Thursday, and then I'll pick up that statement, and then I'll get your analysis done. Hey, it was nice meeting you, Bob. I really appreciate your time. I'll see you back here Thursday right at 3 o'clock. Now, here's what happens when you do that. You come back Thursday at 3 o'clock, guess what? They don't have their statement. They forgot it. It's at their CPA's office or their accountant's office or it's at home. They don't have it. Okay? You just say very nicely, hey, that's no problem, Bob. I had to come out here anyway. No big deal. I tell you what, are you going to be here tomorrow? Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow all day. Okay, great. How does 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow sound? That's fine. Okay, great. I'll see you here right at 10 o'clock. Now, when you come back right at 10 o'clock the next day, what's going to happen is the merchant is going to start to feel a little guilty that they keep forgetting this because you keep coming right when you said you were going to come. So they feel like, man, this poor guy, he's coming all the way out here and I'm not even giving him the statement that he needs. The more you do that, every time you do that, your odds of getting a processing statement go up exponentially. Because the business owner is going to think all day, man, I've really got to get that processing statement for James. I can't believe I keep forgetting that processing statement. But you always want to make it sound like it's no big deal to you. Hey, that's fine. I was out here anyway. I'll swing back by later on. I got a lot of customers out here. I'll come back another day. Always blow it off like it's no big deal, and then keep coming back. Keep coming back. Keep coming back. Now, here's the important thing to remember on the flip side of efficient follow-up. You do not want to constantly follow up with people who are not moving forward in the sales process. Let me give you a couple of examples. If you come to a business and they say the owner Bob is not here, but he's normally here on Thursday around 3. You come Thursday at 3, he's not there. They say, oh, I'm sorry, he's out. You have to come back Monday around 9. Come back Monday at 9, he's not there. This goes on 3 or 4 times in a row. Once that happens, switch that to a phone appointment and contact them until you reach Bob and talk to him in person on the phone, and then set your appointment directly with the decision maker. Now again, you don't normally need to do that. I don't recommend that you do that in most situations because you'll restrict the number of appointments you can get if you make it where you have to talk to the decision maker. But don't continuously follow up with someone who is obviously never at their business. It'd be better to call and call and call because it takes a lot less time to call, and wait until they're there, talk to them on the phone, and really, a lot of times I've done that, and then I get them on the phone, and I say, hey Bob, you know what, I'm right here in the area, I'm about 2 minutes away, would you mind if I just stop by, if I'm in the area? So normally, as I'm prospecting in the area, I have a list of business owners that I haven't been able to get a face-to-face meeting with yet, and I'll usually just take a quick 20 minutes, and I'll just call through 10 of them until I get somebody there, and then I'll run over there real quick. So that's a great strategy to use. Also, once you've given a customer an analysis, once you have shown them how much money you can save them, I would be careful about following up multiple times with those customers. Because at that point, it's not that they don't have their statement ready. They already gave you the statement. You already showed them how much you could save. And so you need to try to close them on the spot or at the next follow-up visit. I would not spend more than 2 or 3 follow-up visits on someone that I'd already shown them the savings, unless they had a very convincing reason as to why I needed to follow up. But there's very few convincing reasons of that. If they're the decision maker, if they have seen the savings, there's no reason for me to come back over and over and over and over again to see if they're going to say yes. If they didn't say yes the first time, then they might say yes the second time, but then after that, you kind of lost it. So you lost your chance to close. Now, I'll tell you what I do with those. When I get somebody like that and I'm not able to close them, I put those into a callback or checkback file for about 3 months later. At the first of each month, you can pull a wad of like 8 or 10 out of your stash where you've already done an analysis. They didn't tell you no, but they didn't tell you yes either. And you got that stack. Well, now you can just go back to all those businesses and say, hey, I wanted to check back with you. I talked to you a few months ago, and you said you weren't interested at that time, and we looked at the savings, and I just wanted to follow up, let you know I'm still here. I'm still serving my customers in the community. I'd love to have the opportunity to serve you. Now, as you do that 3 or 4 times, what you'll find is people will start to know you. You'll become a familiar face in the community. People will say, wow, this person's here to stay. They're serious about this processing business. I think maybe I can trust them enough to give them my business. That's very important. So you want to get people to that stage. So don't follow up repeatedly with people that won't give you a yes, but they won't give you a no either. Try to close. Try to get a definitive answer. But if you can't, put them in a callback file folder and put that in a tickler file for 3 months down the road. Use your organizational system that I talked about earlier and follow up with them later on to see if they're really interested. But don't waste a lot of time on those prospects. Again, efficient follow-up is very important, especially the stage where they've said, yeah, I would like to get an estimate, but I don't have a credit card processing statement handy. Go back, go back, go back, and go back until you get the credit card processing statement. You have to have that to move forward with the process.